In episode 81, iPiffle on what motivates parents to conceive children. The truth is that parents conceive children into this world primarily based on three basic motivations. 1. Animalistic. Many people have an uncontrollable animalistic lust to engage in the sexual act without considering the consequences of their actions. Because sexual intercourse is so pleasurable and the drive to engage in copulation is so strong, people succumb to their primordial desires and lack the ability to take the necessary precautions to prevent pregnancy or even care. This can be true of both men and women, but in many instances, the women may be forcibly raped, resulting in a pregnancy. Many women are seduced by men to engage in sex or vice versa, which all too often results in an unintended or unwanted pregnancy. Number 2, selfishness. An abundance of couples conceive children into this world purely for selfish reasons. Some women have a need to fulfill their maternal instincts so they become mothers. Some men have a need to fulfill their paternal instincts so they become fathers. Oftentimes, children are conceived simply out of vanity, egotism, or conceit, i.e. to carry on the family name. Some couples desire to bask in the attention that being an expectant parent or raising a baby brings to them from their family members and friends. Many couples believe that their children will bring great joy into their lives. In some parts of the world, children are conceived to assist the family financially. There is an abundance of selfish reasons why children are conceived into this world, and none of them are for the benefit of the child. Number 3, ignorance. A great many babies are conceived into this world due to ignorance on the part of their parents. They lack the mental capacity to fully consider the implications of what conceiving a child into this world really means. Young mothers and fathers who conceive children out of wedlock are all too often naive to the sacrifices and commitments it takes to raising a child. They have no clue how to be good parents or even how to care for their child. Parents who live in relative poverty are ignorant of the fact that they are without the means to support their children and must rely on government subsidies and handouts. Couples who live in the most dreadful of circumstances are ignorant of the fact that they are likely damning their children into a life of misfortune and hardships. Some parents are ignorant to the fact that they are ill-equipped emotionally to be good parents. It is not for others to say, but we have all seen examples of individuals who we know have no business being parents. All too often, mothers and fathers believe they are good parents, but they are oblivious to the fact that they are not doing what is in the best interest of their child. A multitude of children have suffered the consequences of being raised by inadequate parenting. The real difficulty lies with old age. Without children to visit and care for you, aging can be very lonely and more difficult. Childless couples who reach a time in their lives when they are unable to live an independent life will sadly miss out on the joys of having children and grandchildren around to comfort them as their lives near conclusion. A childless individual can still feel empathy for all the other lives that have come before and who will come after. Indeed, we should all feel a sincere sense of concern, especially for those good and decent people who have in the past and will continue into the foreseeable future to suffer needlessly in their lifetimes, simply as a direct result of their parents' decision to give birth. On the other hand, despite the loneliness of not having children, a childless person can enjoy peace of mind. The peace of mind in knowing that the direct lineage will also conclude along with them, and thus it has absolved them as being the cause of any future suffering during their lifetime and forevermore. Thank you for listening. I hope you will join me in my next video.